and I was just like, that's so true. That's why I don't get upset anymore when people say horrible things about me on my channel. What's up, fam, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, and I am passionate about helping stressed out and overwhelmed people simplify their way to a happier and better life. And for a lot of people, that isn't just about clearing the clutter from their homes, but also about being able to let go of the past, healing negative habits and behaviors, and improving mental health. If you weren't aware, May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. And so in honor of that, this month I want to address topics that are related to the mental health aspect of minimalist living. Green is the color that represents mental health awareness and the idea that we need to break the stigma. So I would love it if you would take the time to go down to the comment section below and drop me a green heart along with a lesson that you have learned about mental health in your own life that has helped you. I look forward to reading your comments. In today's video, I'm sharing 10 mental health lessons that changed my life forever. And the very first lesson on this list is that loyalty isn't something to be freely given to everyone, but rather something that needs to be earned. My father was an alcoholic, and in my healing journey, I've learned that there are many common characteristics that adult children of alcoholics share, one of which is loyalty, even when that loyalty is undeserved. But even if you don't have an alcoholic parent like I did, I think that a lot of us, women in particular, can really identify with this struggle. I learned the hard way that not everyone is deserving of your loyalty. People who are rude to you, who don't value your time and energy, who look down on you or abuse you and your trust or take advantage of you in any way are not people who deserve your loyalty. While it can be hard to let go of toxic relationships like this, it's also very important for you to be able to do so in order to protect your energy and your mental health and wellness. Number 2, set your priorities. All I could think about when I was writing down this point in my outline was that scene in the first Harry Potter movie where Hermione is kind of like fussing to Harry and Ron about them breaking the rules. And she says, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you can come up with another clever idea to get us killed or worse, expelled. And then Ron Weasley at that point was like,
she needs to sort out her priorities.
And as much as I dislike Ron, I think that he has a really good point here. Because when you think about it, your time, the space in your home, and how much energy you have all have one thing in common. They are all finite. For a long time, I really struggled with clinging to the past, but then along my minimalism journey, I realized that I was giving up too much time and space and energy to objects and memories from the past, instead of being present to do the things that really mattered in my home and life in the here and now. When was the last time you sat down and thought, I mean like really thought about what you wanted for your life? Finding your why can really help guide you in so many ways. And when you find your why, it becomes easier to let go of the stuff that doesn't matter, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, or whatever, and move to create a life that you love. And if you want to know more about how to set and work towards any goals that you have, make sure to go check out this video that I'll link up here and in the description box below. And I'll also include some other helpful blog posts that can help you on this topic. Number 3, small steps equal big results. When you are trying to achieve something, whether it's decluttering your home or eating healthier, exercising more, whatever it is you're trying to do in your life, if you set the initial goals too far out of your reach, you are setting yourself up for failure, and that is going to be very damaging to your motivation, and then you're going to be less likely to continue working towards that goal. It's totally okay to set big goals and dreams for yourself for the future, but think about how you can achieve those tiny little bite-sized goals that are going to take you up to that level. Then when you start meeting those smaller goals, that gives you the positive reinforcement that you need to keep working towards that big overarching goal or dream. And speaking of goals, number 4 is that progress is not linear. A lot of us have this perception that when we're working towards a goal, it's just going to be a straight path from point A to point B, when in reality, real progress is not linear. You might lose momentum, you might encounter roadblocks, you might slip up, you might take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And just being able to know that that is totally okay and it's not failure. It's not, I am not able to do this, but I just need to take a moment or maybe rethink my strategy here. Knowing that and accepting that your progress isn't going to be just one straight line is very, very helpful. Number 5, letting go of fear. Fear is a defense mechanism and it's designed to help us protect ourselves. But sometimes fear also becomes a barrier that holds us back from trying new things or growing into a stronger version of ourselves. And in the past, fear has held me back from so many things, whether it was letting go of the past or keeping me in toxic relationships because I didn't know what would happen afterwards, or even passing up on good opportunities because I was too scared of the what ifs. And when I was working to overcome my fear, I found that in reality, the fear of the thing is often worse than the thing itself. And really, there's not much that you can't do when you put your mind to it. Number 6, judgment is a mirror. I saw a quote on Instagram the other day and it went something like, every time you judge someone, you reveal a part of yourself that needs healing. And I was just like, that's so true. Many of us are quick to pass judgment on other people, but we don't really take the time to turn those judgments around and look at and say, what does that say about me? Often the way that we judge other people says more about us than it does them. I had an experience a while back where I was watching a mom YouTuber and she was talking about how she had married young and moved in with her husband, going directly from her parents' house to move in with him. And she didn't know how to do chores or meal plan and stick to a budget or do any number of these householdy things because she had been living with her parents who took care of everything for her. And I could literally feel myself entering this negative headspace. And so I stopped and stood outside myself and really took a second to think, and I saw my feelings for what they truly were, which was jealousy. And that my history coming from a broken home, growing up without a mother and having an alcoholic father, I was jealous because she got to grow up in such a caring, safe, and protected environment. And as soon as I put a name to those feelings that I was having, I healed my thoughts. That's why I don't get upset anymore when people say horrible things about me on my channel, because I know it's something in their past that's making them think and react the way that they do. So the next time you find yourself passing judgment on someone else, take a moment to pause and reflect about what your judgments might be saying about you and your thoughts. Number 7, it's okay to say no. I'm totally someone who in the past just said yes to everything and everyone, no matter who it was or how I was feeling at the time. But over time, I've really learned that the ability to say no is an important life skill. There are going to be times in your life when you are stressed out and overwhelmed and feeling like you have too much on your plate. And at those times, it's really important to be able to say no to things and to people that you just don't have time for. So if you're someone who just has this habit of saying yes to everything like I used to, really work on your ability to say no and start to prioritize your own time and your energy and your own mental health. Number 8, perfectionism is toxic. Perfectionism is a common theme in a lot of people's mental health struggles, and it might surprise you to find out perfectionism is actually a common characteristic in people who exhibit hoarding behaviors. I have found myself fighting against perfectionism so many times in my life, whether it was whispering to me not even to try something because I was afraid that I might fail. And it even caused me to go through these cycles of dieting and binge eating because if I slipped up and ate the wrong thing or a little too much, then I just felt like the day was totally ruined and I might as well just go on a binge and eat whatever I want. So it was just like this cycle of perfectionism and failing and perfectionism and failing where it's black and white when really life is mostly lived in the gray. So when I started saying no to this toxic perfectionism mindset and I accepted that done is better than perfect, especially as a mom, that really helped relieve a lot of my stress and overwhelm and anxiety. Number 9 is the language of love. This is something that I actually got from a book that I've talked about before on this channel, which is The 5 Love Languages. And just the concept that other people might express their feelings differently than me was really, really helpful in helping me better understand my relationships, both in my present and in my past. It helped my marriage because I understand that I'm a words of affirmation person, but my husband is a acts of service person. So he's maybe not willing to say his feelings, but instead he's going to do something nice for me. And then looking back on my childhood, I think that my father probably had the love language of gift giving. So understanding that people have different ways of communicating and expressing themselves has just really made my relationships on the whole a lot better and easier. And finally, number 10, routines make life easier. I cannot emphasize how helpful routines are, both for myself and for my kids. Routines help us maintain order and make things predictable so that even when times are overwhelming and stressful, then we still have our routines to fall back on. We have routines around getting ready for school, laundry routines, bedtime routines, and all of these routines that we have, all of these small little things that we do add up and make it a lot easier to keep things orderly and tidy and comfortable and cozy, even in times of high stress and unpredictability. So try to look for ways to create positive routines in your life that support your health, your self-care, your mental health habits, and that's going to go a long way, because when you set those routines in the good times, when the hard times come, they're going to be a lot easier to manage. I hope you enjoyed this video on the 10 mental health lessons that have changed my life personally. And honestly, there's probably a lot more that I can share, but again, I would love to hear your mental health lessons down in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this video, please consider giving it a like and maybe going down and hitting the little red subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and join our minimalist family, where we're trying to make a simple minimalist lifestyle easy and accessible to everyone, no matter what their life looks like, the size of their home or the size of their family. If you're looking for more ideas on how to get started with minimalism, or maybe set goals for yourself or create habits and routines, make sure to go check out one of these videos, and I'll see you again next week. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.